Leku, do you take Gale and Elliot's hands?
After looking around at everyone else doing it, Leku reluctantly does it.
Wow, peer pressure, idiot. You can jump off a bridge too.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I'll explode everyone off a bridge, yeah?
You see, Madam Eva sort of starts saying very calmly, as you all hold hands, "You are all strangers in a very strange land. I hope you found it accommodating." And as you all sit around in this sort of candlelit tent, you don't hear any noises coming from outside, where there was once the music and the crackle of the fire and the voices. It's just silent in here, and you can hear each other's breathing just around in this circle as you all hold each other's hands.
Leku raises his eyes at the words
and then you start hearing like the flick-flack of paper. And as you all look up, you see
Welcome to ASMR divination.
Yeah, hang on, do I have any cards on
Wait,
my
did I
desk?
say raises his eyes? Raises his eyebrow?
you all hear the flick-flack of paper as these black cards start floating around in the air. And you see they kind of do circles around all of you as they slowly start landing around the table in this strange formation in front of the crystal ball.
Does this fail if we let go of holding hands?
She does not respond.
They've been
Yeah. Alright.
Those candles are very tiny. Tiny candle.
Eat one, I dare you, idiot. I didn't mean to call you an idiot, I'm sorry.
Snort that candle, Dave.
You fucking take it back.
The candles get bigger as you comment that.
I destroy them before they
The
can
candles
get any
grow
bigger.
legs and beat you up.
Yeah, they fight you. They grow arms and they say want to fight.
You guys want to start a fight?
Oh wait, the thing just appeared
full
down
sec,
below. What the hell?
Wanna start
Oh.
a fight? Yeah,
Oh,
it's been like
God.
that for a bit. Yeah, cards, they're drawn.
Oh god!
The cards.
The cards. The cards.
The cards, you see. Read them and weep.
The past.
Chicky, do you see the
present,
cards?
and the future.
I do. Let me center the camera on these bad boys.
Can't remember most of that song, fuck.
What song?
The, fucking song from the voodoo guy in, the frog movie.
Friends from the other side
Oh.
is the
Yeah,
song you're
Friends
looking
Friends
for.
from the other side,
I
yeah.
got
That's my
friends
on
jam.
the other side.
He's
Well, I
got
know.
friends on the other side.
The cards, they do tell.
And you see she opens up her eyes,
Past, the present,
And,
the future as well.
kind of like, she kind of squeezes your hands, Yordle and Dante. She kind of lets go of them for a second. And she kind of
Oh,
spreads out
okay.
the cards with her hands. And she turns to all of you and says, "Do you want to know your fate?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the last time we trusted a divination teacher, it didn't turn out too well. He was a fraud.
Eh.
Wait, you
Do you
trusted a
trust me,
divination
Leku?
teacher?
She knows your name.
Trust you? I mean, I just met you, and I'm not one for trust on the spot, personally.
What's my name?
She kind of chuckles to herself. She says, "Your name is Julian.
She's right.
And you, Leku, you may have just met me, but I have met you for a long time."
Cut to when and we came back here 19 cycles ago. Came back for the first-
Cut to.
Oh yeah, she's just seen us too many times as the cycle's repeated.
Yeah, clearly.
She says, "You were all outside of your fates, and you have all been written a new path.
Oh,
How
that
lovely.
music cue. Oh.
This land is now yours, to lay waste and claim to bring justice and fear. But I must know if you are willing to accept this fate, to meet it, and perhaps to change it.
Sounds good to me.
Sounds handy dandy.
Does this
Miriam
involve
kind of grips
death?
her hand tighter, Julian, as this happens. And look, you kind of look over, and Elliot seems pretty baked.
Oh yeah.
There's just Elliot baked Yertle just nice and calm finally.
Also, how long ago was I injected with that morphine?
Oh yeah.
It's starting to run out. You're
Okay.
starting to feel you're starting to wince as you're kind of sitting with your leg fully extended under the table. If it weren't so comfortable in here, you'd probably be in a lot of pain.
Okay.
But you got your homie's hand, so it's all right.
You got me, my homie,
Yeah, I'm here, brother.
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 Heavy flavor, brother.
Boltas brothers.
Heavy Baltas.
I
You see,
suppose divination
Madam
magic
Eva's-
is real. So
Madam Eva's eyes flare as she looks over at all of you, and she says, "You have seen the devil, no?"
What?
Which one?
Yeah.
the monster that came out of the mirror?
She shakes her head. She says, "You are on the land of something much stronger and much more terrifying.
And that.
The devil's
Oh,
Strahd."
man.
This is his land, and you are all his guests. You have killed the mayor of Barovia village, but he was merely a crumb of what awaits you in the castle.
Like he puts on a poker face. Mm,
She looks around to all of you, and she says, "You are trapped in his domain. He is your captor and your host.
captor and host?
Yes, for you are welcome in his domain as long as you survive in it. But you are trapped here for all eternity.
I don't like the sounds of that.
Nothing a few bullets can't fix.
Well, some good swings.
She
from
has
a
sort of a
sword.
wary look as she looks to you, Dante, and she says, "To defeat the devil is an arduous task that no one has ever succeeded."
There's a first for everything, ma'am.
She has a soft smile and she kind of looks deep into your eyes and she says, 1,000 bullets have pierced his flesh, and yet he walks.
None of
A
them are
million
mine.
swords have been driven into his heart, and yet he breathes.
Have they tried silver?
She smiles at you, Alesia, and she looks between Dante and Alesia and she says, "Is it your wish to kill the devil, to leave this land?"
If it
I
if it's the way to leave, then I suppose. Although killing is not always the best answer, but a common one at that.
Worked with the mayor?
I
Julie
mean,
does
say
not
we
say
with
that.
with you guys, it seemed inevitable. So
Hello,
Lizzie
Arctic
actually
man.
shakes her head.
Is it true as a vampire?
Yes.
Uh-oh.
He is dead and undead.
Then my
He
next
dies, yet he lives. And he drinks the blood and souls of all in his land.
death isn't gonna do much to him then. The personification.
Eventually,
She
death will
looks-
catch up with him.
She looks at
Has to.
Alesia and she says, "There are ways to defeat the devil. Ways that knowledge can show. To kill him and leave this land, lest you be trapped here forever. For even the dead do not leave this land." But I must know if it is the path you choose. For once you choose to walk, it only ends with one of your deaths. Or all of them.
Wait, one of our death?
She says, "It is you or the devil. The devil and himself.
Oh.
All of you must choose to walk together, lest you die here. And your souls be cursed to damnation in this plane."
Well, I don't really think of that as a choice then, is it? I look around at everyone.
It's a choice of living. What do you rather? Live or die?
I mean, I've still got a lot to accomplish back in our world.
Then your best goal here is to live.
Well, no shit.
As it's always been, survival of the fittest. The devil will perish if we must survive.
So
She
look-
smiles at you, Yertle. And then looks to Elliot, who just kind of like looks around kind of confused. And then just nods. And then she looks to you, Leku.
Yes?
She looks at you, Gale.
This will be the site of our space base. I don't know.
Yeah.
You want your Moon Quest during Curse of Strahd?
Moonquest?
No! It sounded like it.
Moonbase Alpha? Hello?
You watching the fucking baked bean fort during Curse of Strahd?
That was my.
I was
Okay.
so lost. I was like, what the fuck is
That
space
was
What?
I can't believe you actually just did that. You didn't pause the video before you unmuted yourself?
Or you just
So it
don't
looks like
listen to it quietly to not let it pick it up?
So we're starting new edition, boys.
Space, I guess. Yeah, we're going to the moon, boy.
We're going to the
Anyone in
No,
chat
no.
want to play as Gale? Anyone want
Yeah.
to? We got an opening.
That was too
I'm
perfect.
watching.
Space bear, yeah.
She turned
I
to
know
you,
for a
Gale.
fact.
No, does this look like a good place for a moon?
That's what Gale said.
I was like, that is not a player who's talking right now. Who is this jovial boy?
Well, Alex, do you not know about the Young's Cat?
Not, well, I know of him, but I don't watch him.
We gotta go watch Moon Quest now. We gotta have a movie night.
Oh, dear.
I actually haven't watched it one of my mates.
We binge all of Moon Quest.
Deal.
One of
Yeah.
my mates tried to get me to binge Moon Quest with them, but then we never got around to it. So this is
Bring
perfect.
back to Moon Quest.
That is
One
the
shot.
god.
Alright, that's probably the best moment of the campaign. I think we should just stop there.
Yeah, that's the
Hedge our
pinnacle.
bets, yeah.
Alright, guys, catch us up here for Spellbound 2.
It's a
Okay,
magnum
yeah,
opus.
see-
Yeah, see you, nerd.
So, Gale,
Holy crap.
she looks at you. And she says, "Divine warrior, will you face the devil with your friends?
Well, it's up. Yes.
Alesia, she looks over at you, and she says, Hunter of monsters, this is the mightiest foe of all. Will you join his hunt?
Alesia just kind of stares for like an awkward amount of time before slowly nodding.
Madam Eva then looks over at Miriam and says, will you walk along with your friends? And Miriam says, I mean, killing someone. And she kind of looks over at Dante and Elliot, and looks back at Madam Eva and says, I just want to go home. And then Julia, Madam Eva looks at you.
I mean, if he's going to put my friends in danger, then... He chose the wrong kids to mess with.
And finally, Madam Eva just turns her head to look at you, Dante.
The winning smile. The winning smile. You already know the answer.
She says, there are many things locked in the valley of Barovia with the devil himself. The dark powers of this world have orchestrated his own downfall into the seeds of his plantation. She picks up one of the cards with a big flourish, as she holds it up, the face still facing her. And she says, this card tells of knowledge, history. Knowing the ancient will help you better understand your enemy, to strike him down. And she turns to you, Dante, and she hands you the card.
What?
I take it.
What is it? What is
And Dante,
it?
she motions to a point on the cross to place it down at the top card.
Wait, so she wants me to put it there, or?
Yeah, it is that card. It's physically there, and she wants you to put it down into that formation.
Oh, okay, I see. I see what's going on.
I don't help.
Do you put it down?
Yeah.
No, he throws it away.
Yeah, I
He
rip it.
shoves it. He shoves it in his mouth and starts eating it.
She smiles at you wildly and she says, the soldier. She says, what you seek lies in a pile of treasure beyond a set of amber doors.
What you seek is where?
She said, what you seek lies in a pile of treasure beyond a set of amber doors.
Okay.
So, new upgrade to the doors.
Oh,
Yes.
big door!
Amber
Yeah.
doors.
Yes, we get amber doors.
Amber doors.
Oh,
She
wait.
smiles and says, to defeat your enemy, you must know him inside and out, and prevent him from knowing too much about you. You seek the tome of Strahd. And then she looks at Julian. And she points to another card, the one on the left of the cross. And she says, "This card tells a powerful force of good. A holy symbol of great hope, a great destiny. If you cannot obtain this item, you are unworthy to defeat the devil." And she motions for you to draw the card.
I mean, I flip it quick, smart.
Flip it quick, smart.
The
Die,
Diviner.
monster.
Diviner.
I see a fallen house guarded by a great stone dragon. Look to the highest peak.
Speak. Yeah.
It's slightly abridged, but I get the points that are necessary.
Oh, here, I'll do you one better.
You just gonna copy paste it, I assume?
I
Yeah.
assume that's what you're doing.
Also, yes, I take acknowledgement for listening to the Oxcast. Shut up.
I mean, I recognized it, so you know it was me.
Yeah.
You know I'm right there with you.
Yeah.
The highest peak.
Thank you. Thank you.
Great, we gotta fight a stone dragon. Boy.
Oh.
Leku.
Oh, what?
She smiles at you and she moves her fingers very slowly across the table, kind of walking with them to the next card. And she says, "This card tells of power and strength, a weapon of fear and awe, holy power to burn away the darkness. Turn over the card." And you see, like, as she points to the one on the right.
Can I turn over a card? How do you? Oh, there we go. Oh,
The
boy.
Necromancer. Yes. She smiles at you, Leku, and she looks at you with these gazing black eyes.
Look who just gets the biggest poker face on. Just like, just mouth straight line, open eyes, just
Irony.
There's just Keith death staring Leku casually.
She says, "I see a sleeping prince, a servant of light and the brother of darkness. The treasure lies with him." She turns and says, "Elliot." And Elliot, like, startled, looks over, like, shocked that his name would get called. And she says, "This card sheds light on one who will help you greatly in the battle against darkness. A companion in the world of death." And you see, like, a kind of Elliot leans awkwardly across the table, and he flips over the middle card. And she
Ooh,
says,
that doesn't look good.
"The Broken One. Avistana wanders this land alone, searching for her mentor. She does not stay in one place for long. Seek her out at St. Markovia, near the mist."
Ooh.
And you see, like, Elliot kind of gulps.
Oh, like, geez, Scoob.
Why does that image look a lot like Elliot? I don't like it.
And then she turns immediately to her right. Yertle, your enemy is a creature of darkness and death who leeches the life from all those who wander this earth. His powers are beyond mortality. This card will lead you to him. And she gestures down to the bottom card.
Yeah, I'll flip it.
Flip it to Bud.
Oh, hey.
It is a bad Sam.
You flipped
Fucking
it.
go.
The Raven.
Wait 5 minutes, Sam. I'll be there. Slap.
You flip the bird.
Yes. Literally.
She looks to you and just says, "Look to the mother's tomb."
Intruder girl's gonna say shit.
I lean
Kinda
very closely to that.
Put his head in one of his hands.
I kind of lean over and I kind of point at it a few times. I'm like, there's a raven at the goddamn. There was a raven back at the church.
Yep. And I have places to be.
Get to the mother's tomb.
Wow. This is something.
I pointed at Elysia and Gale. Miriam as well. Anything for them?
I'd rather not pull a card. I feel like the more we pull, the more vague things get, and the more problems we'll have or something. Yeah, I'll pull a card if I wanted, but just
Pull a
cross.
card from where?
I don't know.
As you lean over to grab a card, she slaps your hand.
Well, no. He won't lean over. He says, I'll grab one if I need to, but he's not going to yet.
She looks at you, Gale, and she squints at you and she says, "Hunter of monsters."
But that was her. What's it doesn't get?
Opener of doors. Do you wish to know your fate?
Yes, I do, in fact.
She smiles, and you see she slides her hand over the table, and you see she puts down 3 more cards.
Oh,
Oh boy.
this is
So
this isn't canon.
What is the cannon? I'll say, yeah.
3 more
All right.
cards.
Which one do I flip?
She smiles at you, and she says, "There are ancient spirits in this land. Before the devil. Before even the Americans themselves.
Oh shit. Fuck. No one
The
comes
devil
before
has
Americans.
Yeah, no one comes
desecrated.
before Americans. What are you on about?
The devil has desecrated and corrupted 3 sites of spiritual power.
Oh my. Of course.
They're powered by ancient artifacts known as rune stones. The devil has taken these, and they must be returned with offerings if he is to be defeated.
Oh, no, this is Temple of Doom.
They were lost centuries ago. These 3 cards will guide you to them.
Okay.
Gale. And she points to the card in the upper left. Reveal the card.
He flips a different card. No, he doesn't. He's not gonna fuck this.
my zooming thing. No,
Not going
stop.
to. He'll listen.
Zoom why? Okay, look, we'll cut that out.
He'll flip the top left.
The Paladin.
Oh, of course.
Zoomies, boys.
This card shows the location of the runestone of the Mountain Fane. It grants Strahd unholy protection. I see a wall of bones, a chandelier of bones, and a table of bones.
That's a
All
lot of
that
bones.
remains of enemies long forgotten.
That's too many bones.
Oh,
This is going to be a long campaign.
And this what? This is like the Earth Moonstone? Did she say?
The mountain.
Mountain. All this is written in my character appearance for some reason.
Blood Hunter. Wolf. Do you wish to know your fate?
I don't know.
And she kind of moves her fingers, like finger walking on top of the card in the upper right. She says, "This card is of knowledge and secrecy. You can use it to find the runestone of the forest."
Can't even type right now. I've got the jitters. I also move my finger over it. I'm like, that's the forest runestone.
What will it be, Miss Devillands? Miriam slaps your shoulder as you gasp.
It's a double! I'm sorry, man.
I feel like Julian's the kind of person that would fall for those magic spells like these.
Oh, easy.
Yeah.
He is, though. He is.
Yeah.
Leave him alone.
Lizzie, what do you do?
Only I can bully.
I imagine Julian's the one just strumming on this guitar for the sound.
I have no useful fate. Someone else's card, obviously.
She shakes her head. She says, "This card is your fate, and your fate alone. You and your friends must stand together, or you will fall divided. It is your choice to make."
Lizzie's ears just droop really badly. Fine. So be it.
There's a very gloomy sense as you not walk over, you just move your hand over to flip the card. And as you do, you see this.
Oh.
The beast.
Alesia jumps really badly.
Yike.
She says to you, looking you right in the eye, "Look for the den of wolves in the hills, overlooking a mountain lake. The treasure belongs to the night." And finally, Miriam Pelletier. And she turns to look at Miriam. "This card represents that which gives Strahd strength. It will bring you to the runestone of the swamp fane." And you see Miriam's kind of like trembling a little bit, but she moves forward and she turns over her card. The Enchanter. I see a kneeling woman, a rose of beauty plucked too soon. The master of the marsh knows of whom I speak. And with all of these cards on the table, she smiles at all of you. And she says, "The tome of Strahd, the sword of sunlight, the symbol of ravens, alone of Istana, The wolves' den. The rose of beauty. And the tombs of bones. This is your fate. This is your journey. This is your destiny. We shall see if you rise to meet it, or crumble into ashes. And you see she starts scooping up the cards and taking them into her hands. Do any of you do anything?
I look around at everyone.
Alesia stands up and turns to walk out briskly.
Tearfully kind of yips at your heels as you kind of walk out together, kind of excitedly walking with you as Leslie just leaves the tent.
I'll meet
are
you
we
guys
done?
at the ambulance. Whoever gets fuel, good luck. Got some things to do.
We should see if we can sleep here for the night. It's late, Yodel.
I'm sure Arlo is welcome for you to stay in tents here. We have more than enough room.
Fine, I'll be outside doing stuff. Don't you worry.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna get hurt.
Elliot's like, alright, I'm gonna head out. And he goes with Yordle.
I am.
I'm a dip.
Well,
Miriam kind of leans into you, Julian, and says, is there anything we want to ask her?
He's kind of like blankly staring at where the cards were, like, breathing kind of deeply as he's
So, what was it you said about my card?
She smiles at you and she says, it is your destiny to find the weapon, the sword of the sun, the light that shines deep and burns holes in the hearts of the dead.
I mean, if we're trying to hunt down a vampire, I suppose that would be useful.
Follow the footsteps of the brother to his tomb.
The footsteps of the brother to his tomb. I'm having a feeling I should probably trust your divination much more than that of our school's teacher.
I shoot you a look that's like, well, no shit, Leko. You just now figuring that out?
Different levels of divination are a thing. We both know our divination teacher is
She smiles at the
the
two of you and
equivalent
she
of a
says,
fraud.
I assure you, my magic is great. But even my sight has limits.
so, for the stones, what exactly do you mean by an offering, if I may ask?
She says, the three spirits that inhabit this domain, they give him power in his corruption of their essence. You must find ways to appease them, to defeat their guardians, and return them to their rightful place. To return this land to the way it was before him.
I see.
Centuries has this land been led to death and decay. And she looks to you, Julian, and she says, "You are very out of place here, child.
Looks
With such life
moves
within
back
you,
and forth.
to be in the land of the dead.
What do you mean?
It is strange that the devil invited you into his domain.
Maybe the dead wants what it doesn't have?
Indeed. You are wise, Julian.
They're pretty wise.
What
about
could also
Irina?
be here due to the.
I kind of nudged Dante. I'm like, do you have a card for Irina?
She shakes her head and she says, "The Kolyana girl's fate is beyond my eyes, but it is sealed in the hands of he who rules this place. He will have her again and again, but will never close his fist around her heart." And you see Dante, Madam Eva looks to you, and she says, "Seek the girl at your own demise."
Huh.
Then we all explode.
Yes. Rocks fall and everyone dies.
Yeah, game over. It's done.
And you see, Dante, Madam Ava's eyes just kind of lock with yours. And there's a weird familiarity to them as you kind of look at her.
Hmm.
And you kind of get the feeling like you've met her before or something. You're not really sure where or how to place it.
Nah. Always getting weird feelings around these people. Don't like it.
Well, if her fate's tied with the devil's, and so is ours, then our fate's tied with her as well.
She kind of smiles at you curiously as you say that. And she says, "It is brave of you to take up her defense."
Not just hers. Everyone out there kind of looks at the door.
Yeah.
This whole place.
Yeah. This whole place kind of sucks for a lot of people. Like, we came across a woman with a dead baby.
Shit. It wasn't dead. Apparently,
Might as well have been.
the devil kidnapped them as well.
She looks to you, Gale, and she says, "Would you go to right the wrongs of this land? To save these people from their demise?"
Yes, and to get out of here. It's a win-win for everyone.
Like he just thinks about that for a while.
If you're to take that burden upon your shoulders, to carry this land to happiness and freedom, may you be the fool this land wants and it needs.
Hey, everyone called me stupid before anyways. I don't mind proving that to them. I mean, by following this. Certainly sounds foolhardy, but I'll go nonetheless.
She smiles at you. She kind of shuffles the cards back up into a pile. A champion wanting to prove himself in such a way will find Barovia welcome.
Well, I suppose that's enough.
And she turns to you, Dante, and she says, "And you,
And
Do you
me.
feel at home in this land?
I'm just getting started.
As if it was built for your very purpose.
Rest assured, there's a bullet that being fired from my gun that has Strahd's name on it.
Do you guys have to have bullet engravers around here? It'd be nice to have a silver bullet and just engrave his name on it.
She says, I don't sell bullets. And she stands up.
I don't sell guns. I'm out of here.
Bye!
Insult.
She looks
Goodbye.
around and
I
says,
stand up as well.
the Vistani are welcome and hospitable. You have nothing to fear from us here, and you are welcome anytime.
Actually,
Alright.
Eva, was it?
Madam Eva. Yes.
Madam Eva, apologies. Marcus, can you foresee anything for him?
The Kolya... The... Shit.
Fuck!
Just breaks character.
The Kolyana Mayor has no faith from me. He does not trust our people, for good reason.
Why does
Whether
he
or
not
not-
trust you?
Long ago, in the War of Awakening, decades for you, but centuries for the Barovians, Strahd was wounded in a battle, and a wandering van of Vistani treated his wounds and nursed him back to health. For this, he promised them, for as long as he was reigning governor, they would have free domain in his land. We are his servants.
Oh boy. See?
So if you're his servants, why are you helping bring him down?
And the fact that you admitted that actually makes me feel much more assured, though worried as well.
She says, the devil grows tired. I wish to help him by freeing him from this cursed land.
Hmm. Okay. Well, I don't think Marcus is going to want to stay here. Julian, Dante, Gale,
Yo.
what is your plan? Do we really wish to just leave the ambulance out there? I mean, it is pretty broken down.
I'll sleep in there. I'd rather not, because that means I'm alone, but I'll sleep in there.
Does anyone here still have any petrol left?
Anyone here have any what?
Petrol.
Petrol after.
Gas.
Gasoline.
Petroleum.
She says, there is a gas station a few miles away.
Hmm.
Perhaps we could give you a ride.
Oh,
That would be much
that
appreciated.
might
Thank
really
you.
work.
I see one of the horses.
If you prefer. I do not know how much room there are on the horses alone, but I imagine Willow will let you ride them.
Oh.
Well, we should probably not deviate from each other, as this world... We're in a different world, right, Eva? Madam
You are in the
Eva?
land of shadow now.
So,
Barovia is sealed off in location and dimension.
So let me get
okay.
trying to
So
get out.
another dimension world
We're not
thing.
in Oregon anymore.
So while we're here, we probably shouldn't be alone, or even deviate our strength into two.
Never
Probably
split the
stay
party.
Let's start playing the song.
Don't you know? You
Like,
never stop.
yeah, trying to force our way out would do nothing dimensional wise. Because you guys have permission, that's why you're allowed, but others who've tried to leave probably been stuck, haven't they?
She says, many have tried. Many still try. You may do as you wish, but no one who is not Vistani may leave these lands. And the Vistana cannot bring one with them.
Makes sense, I suppose.
Well, shall we all traverse? I can walk a bit longer. I don't know about Dante.
We should sleep here and
Why
see
is
about
it
the
a big
horses
deal
in the
to
morning.
not sleep here? We're sleeping here.
Well, what about the ambulance?
We
Do
will go
just
back
leave it-
for it in the
Go back
morning.
for it. I ain't walking
Okay.
back. You seeing this shit? I fucking slammed the leg on the table.
It is so late. We'll sleep here. We'll ask
Dante, it
Willow.
hurts a lot. You take a point of damage from slamming it on the table. It makes the point, but it hurts.
We'll get the gas in the morning and then ride back to the van. Oh, Jesus, you alright, Dante?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay.
He's not fine.
Yeah, you're not.
Because you don't have a cast or anything, so that hurts.
Question, who here actually knows how to ride a horse?
I think Julian would.
I
Dante
definitely
definitely
do.
would.
I do.
Yaddle knows how to be a horse.
Does that
And
count?
we ride.
What does
Uh,
that count to?
I've
Dude,
never
I
ridden
didn't
a
have
horse
to-
before in my life.
Thank you for.
Is that Miriam?
The vehicle.
Yeah, that was
Oh.
Miriam.
Well, you can just hold on to me then.
I'm sure you've read a book
Anyway.
about it, right?
I've read
You know-
books with horses in them.
That's close enough. You'll be fine.
We haven't almost lost the ambulance before to someone almost taking the engine, so yeah. Let's
Well, we have the
Right.
keys, so
You can go there
I'd
and
like to see
sleep
them
in there
try.
if you want, but like,
Yeah, if you want to walk the hour back and sleep there yourself, man.
I shrug. I'll
find
just
more
be-
ambulances.
I mean, that was
Go
kind of
find a
your
place to sleep. Thank you for the divination, Madam Eva. Eva? Oh, yes?
It was my pleasure. Like, good luck, Master Tormus.
Oh. She hit you with the last name, bro. I snap my fingers
I
and
don't
like
think
point at
Julian
Miriam.
knows my last name.
No,
so-
probably not. I'm like, I look back at Eva. I'm like,
I mean,
there was a
yeah.
wizard that came through here like a couple of years ago, and he was defeated by Strahd. You have anything you can tell us about him?
You wish to know of the wizard?
Of course. Anyone brave enough to rally against Strahd surely is worth investigating.
Alright.
I will tell you to ask Arlo of the wizard, for he
Okay.
knows the story better than I. But it is wise to seek allies in a land of such dread.
I got the best allies you could ever find. He has a broken leg and a cool scarf. And the other one has a shell. And Gale. Hey, Gale.
And jail.
And gay.
And that's it.
Yeah.
Like you and Elliot and Olivia are not in the
Yeah, they
crowd.
mentioned Gale because you're right there, and that would be me.
Yes. I mean, plus, hey, come on, you guys hate me.
Oh,
Yeah, Gale's in the boys.
Yeah,
Gale's
you're-
part of the
you're
boys.
in the boys.
Come on, you guys
You
hate
fought,
me.
you fought him as a tiger. That already happened. Gale's one of the boys. Like it or
Yeah,
not.
I don't give a fuck. I don't care.
Like it or not, buddy.
Cheers to shit, man.
if Leku knows his last name, then it would have been called out in class. But if he just doesn't know his last name, then that's the first time he's ever heard it his entire life. Is right then.
No, Leku does know his last name. Julian doesn't.
Okay, gotcha.
Would Lucky's name have been called out in class?
Possibly. I don't know.
It
Was
probably would
it?
have.
Just when
Who knows?
Yertle's thing probably just had Yertle instead of his last name, since his last name's not the last name from who raised him at all.
You're
Just-
dough.
Is there anything else you want to do here in the tent?
Are those drinks back there actually there?
Oh yeah, there's shit tons of wine.
Is
There's
that
probably gallons of wine back there through
is
all the
that
bottles.
guitar there magical? I spy it.
You sort of give it a look, and it is actually, yeah, it has a minor conjuration.
Oh.
It's been playing itself the entire time.
Oh shit.
Another question. Slash request. Can you move the necromancer card probably over the W?
Wait, what?
You guys see the table down here, right? Necromancer card looks super awesome in comparison to the others.
What?
Thank you. Sorry.
Paladin one's
Actually,
way off center compared to that one. What are you on about?
Well,
it
is-
wasn't off-centered till now. Now I see a thing looping under it, and
They're fine.
we
Anyways.
ignore this.
Yeah, no, I guess that's me for now. I'm gonna be heading out. You guys have any questions or things to say behind my back? Feel free.
Yeah.
Finger guns.
Man, fuck it.
Well,
Alright, Dante, you get up on your crutch.
Yep. It's time to get on
Die,
moseying
monster,
on away.
monster.
where,
Die, potato.
do you know where St. Markovia is from here? I guess that's just a first step.
She looks at you like there's a complete change in her tone. She looks at you completely flat and says, "Get out of my tent."
Oh, come on.
Get out of my tent.
Come
And
on,
she
man.
leans down and she says, "You will find the answers when they present themselves." And you see she just uncorks the wine. And she sits
Pours
back
herself
down
a
at the
drink.
table.
I blow my tongue at her.
She just leans
She
back and
waits.
just starts swirling it in a glass.
I smile and
Just
bow a little. Thank you. A lot.
You're welcome, Mr. Farfight.
I give Miriam a very dumb look.
She says, she said all of our last names. Just come on.
Yeah, no, but she
I mean,
just
she
said
didn't say Yertle's last
that.
name.
Did she just say
She
yours
didn't
last
say
name?
mine.
Reached down to help
Yeah.
Miriam back up.
Or
Stop
mine,
walking
but
down
that's
with her.
because everyone forgets I even have one.
Man, you
You don't
forget
have
you
one.
have
You're one of those supermodels who don't have.
like, did she just refer to us all as Mister?
No, she only called. I think she said Alezi's last name, Leku's, and then now Julian's.
So Miriam's as
Okay.
well.
I think she said her
just-
full name, but
yeah.
everyone else she
Yeah,
said.
I think it was like Mr.
Yeah.
Tormes. Yeah.
Master Tormes?
Mr. Anderson.
Mr. Anderson. Oh.
Oh, not again.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, I
It's
just-
like some fucking Scooby-Doo shit
Yeah.
right here.
Question, Michael, how many of these loading screen maps do you have?
It's just the one, right?
Just the one.
Loading
Okay.
screen, yeah, it's just the one.
I was just imagining, because it's hard to drag through certain things, I was just imagining you had several of them throughout the maps.
Yeah, like I totally want to steal the idea because like dragging all the way to the another thing is kind of annoying when you have to like scroll across to it.
Yeah.
So having them just sporadically through the stuff would be really useful. I'm gonna quick march over to Arlo.
You teleport. No,
Walk through the
as
flame.
as you walk over to Arlo, you also all realize that he's gone.
Who
Let's
is?
be honest.
Elysia's gone. Oh no!
Elysia's gone.
Hey, Marcus, where's Elysia?
shit, sorry. Marcus is also gone.
Okay.
Um,
Oh boy. They're thinking
What about
it's-
Irina?
Arita's still there.
Yes, Yodel's still
Irina's
here.
okay.
Yodel's at the road looking like he's about to do something. Don't worry about him.
She's
Don't
about to
worry
do
about him, Chief.
something.